Hello everybody, welcome back to another movie review video, and today we'll be doing a movie review video on Escape from Alcatraz, 1979, directed by Don Siegel. And this is definitely got to be one of my most favorite 70s thrillers for the time. It was really well directed, it was extremely good, and when you watch it, if you don't know the story about what happened in Alcatraz, you will actually get a better view on this film, because then you won't be expecting what's going to happen. And that's how I watched it, because I didn't really look too much into what happened in Alcatraz. But after seeing this movie, it explains everything. And yeah, so I'd recommend that if you have never seen this, go ahead, check it out. If you haven't seen any articles on it or anything about what happened during Alcatraz, if you don't know anything about that, watch it. I'd recommend watching it first and then looking into it, because watching the movie before you know what happened to Alcatraz makes it 10 times better. So yeah, so anyway, this movie was directed by Don Siegel, and it's got to be one of the most best 70s thrillers. The fact, it shows everything that happened in 1960 with the prisoners in Alcatraz, and showing them how they had their minds to, get out of the place and everything, was just amazing. And it's just a really perfectly well-made film. Now, of course, there's spoilers in here, so if you haven't seen it, I recommend clicking off and watching it. But if you clicked on this video, you most likely have seen it. So anyway, other than that, yeah, it's a really great film. And the prison and directing in the area, which really, Don Siegel has got to be one of the best directors, because he has a very tense and opened mind directing, outside of the box directing, like Francis Ford Coppola and Stanley Kubrick and a couple other people, actually. But a lot of people had an open mind around the time that they made something that was so good, like another movie that came out in the same year that this one came out, Apocalypse Now. And that is one of my favorite, that's actually my third favorite 70s movie. That one's an amazing film. But we all know, if y'all seen that one, you should know exactly how well and put out film it was for the day. Like, it didn't even feel like it was in the 70s of how good the film was. But yeah, Don Siegel does a really good directing on this. You get to see so much of the Alcatraz prison area in here, inside of the building. It's just absolutely amazing. The intro to the movie is just completely, like, almost feels like a horror film. That's what I love about some of these thrillers in the 70s, is that some of them, if they're well directed, well made for the time, they just feel extremely well, directed and just awesome. And it just feels like a horror film. And yeah, so that's how this movie is like. And when you watch it, for those who've seen it, it's just amazing, And of course, the guys at the very end, when they get out and everything and they escape, and the whole head idea, the whole clay thing that isn't a real story that they put in the bed, is just so awesome. And it just builds up an anticipation in this film. And that's one of the most amazing things about Escape from Alcatraz, is that it can do that, this movie. And it gets you, when I started watching it, it started making me have anxiety, because, it was just so, like, perfectly done for the time. So yeah, definitely, this is one of the best 70s thrillers that was ever created. And Don Siegel is just a fantastic director, and of course Clint Eastwood is an amazing actor. So yeah, this movie is definitely one of my favorite 70s thrillers, and that's really what I got to say about this film, is that it's just so good. And yeah, so anyway, this was my movie review on Escape from Alcatraz 1979, and I will be doing another video about another movie review, so look forward to that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.